Hi guys, it's Tom again. Um, Today's Tuesday, not Tuesday, I'm sorry, it's Wednesday now. April 14th, 2010. As some of you know, last night there was a 6.9, I guess China's calling it, a 7.1. For them. I don't know. But between those numbers, there was an earthquake that hit um, the, I can't pronounce the province very well. It's like Xinhua province of China, which they call a very unpopulated area. Well, unpopulated to them is a lot different than our um, I guess you could say, idea of unpopulated. The province that the earthquake struck was a population of 80,000 in a province roughly the size, I would say, of, I don't know, Pennsylvania, maybe a little bit bigger. Um, but, people spread out in that wide of an area, and you know the epicenter of the earthquake. um, Another way to look at an earthquake besides the Richter scale is the Mercalli scale, and I didn't get too much into like talking about this kind of aspect of the earthquakes, but the Mercalli scale is a larger number, so that you can break down earthquakes yet even further when it comes to damage wise, like much like the um, the Fujita scale. Um, they now say instead of an F5 tornado or an F4, an F3, or an F2 tornado, they call it an EF1, an EF2, an EF3 tornado because it's enhanced Fujita scale, much like the Mercalli scale to the Richter scale. Um, and I would speculate they would probably do the same to earthquakes, or not earthquakes, hurricanes here soon. And actually, I think they have definitely refined their wind speed to damage area of the hurricane, but that's something different. But anyways, it hit in a province of 80,000 people. As of now, 400 are dead. I'm guessing a lot more is, you know, a lot more people have died than 400. They kind of have a corrupt government over there, you know, in case if you haven't heard. So they're probably going to be reporting different numbers than probably what is really happening. And I'm just smirking here because, when it comes to our turn, are we really gonna, um, is America gonna make it seem as bad as it really is, or are they gonna, yeah, I don't think they're going to downplay it. I think they're going to make it worse when it happens, because that's what Americans do. If you get a cut on your foot, or you catch a big fish, instead of the fish being like that, it was that, those fish stories, stuff like that, and that's what's going to happen with us. Um, but I'm going to be making another video today going more into the upcoming earthquake. A dream that I received last night, actually. I don't know, I was kind of half awake, so I guess it was kind of like a dream. But it showed me San Francisco too, and that's kind of weird because San Francisco and LA are kind of spaced far apart. And the only thing to connect those two, fault-wise, is the San Andreas, and both are east of those cities, and they're a little bit further away. But who knows? With God, anything is possible, and I'm not saying that in a good way in this case. Um, but just looking at the CNN reports today, just about the earthquakes, what I was about to say pardon my French and say something really, vulgar, but I'm not. So uneducated, so just blinded by what's going on. These people are on CNN, and I don't know. They were talking about, is the frequency of earthquakes becoming greater, and this and that, and it was just funny because the guy was like, "Oh, well, it does seem that we're having more earthquakes right now at the beginning of our year right now," but he was like, "I don't expect that to happen very long, and if you see a trend like we are now, and the intensity and the frequency is still the same as it is now, by the end of the year, we'll definitely have above average earthquakes." And, he's like, "Well, I don't expect this to continue." Well, what do you expect, these earthquakes to just stop? Say, "Oh, I'm done." Mother Nature, God, is off her period, and she's just gonna stop, Like, it's not gonna stop, you know? And he was like, "Well, it also seems like the earthquakes, this year are hitting more populated areas than before, and that's why all these people are freaking out." Well, you can put it in so many different sentences and make it sound so different, and just make it and downplay it all you want. But when it comes to America's turn for this, you know, that's when CNN, and that's when Fox, and that's when all them are going to completely turn it around, and it's going to be the end of the world to them because it's our turn. 400 people in China is nothing to us, but 400 Americans is the end of the world to CNN's view. I'm not saying, a lot of people in our country's view. I'm saying CNN's view. And, it's just large numbers of people die every day. During the September 11th attacks, thousands of people died. There have been so many incidences in other countries now that so many more people than September 11th have died, albeit it wasn't a terrorist attack, but it is so much more downplayed here than if it was actually in our own country. But that's another thing. My next video that I'm going to be making is, celebrities, the life, the fame, and the everything that LA has to offer right now, and how it's going to be turned all upside down, what's going to happen to the celebrities, and how they're going to be followed on Twitter when the earthquake happens, and, like all these, since we're all interconnected with, all our technology, it's going to make things quite interesting when this earthquake happens. But I'm not happy about this. I'm amused by the ignorance of CNN and all the other newscasts and stations out there. But yeah, I'm all out of time YouTube-wise because I am nearing the 10-minute mark. But I'm going to make a video here in a little bit. Thank you for listening. Yada, no. Oh, this is my cat, by the way. She loves to intrude when I make these videos. See, she's giving you a dirty look. But thank you guys for listening to me. I appreciate it, and I will update. I will update you in a little bit. Thank you.